Friends, in today's video lectures, we will see application of Born-Haber cycles for calculating crystal lattice energy and some numericals which are involved or which are on the topic of Born-Haber cycles equation for calculating the lattice energy as well as some other important terms which involved in that equations. So we'll see first application of Born-Haber cycles. As yesterday I told you that Born-Haber cycle is used to calculate the lattice energy of ionic compounds. This is the first important application. Second important application is it is used for determining any quantity mentioned in the cycle if all quantities are known. Third important application is it is used to understanding the inability of metal from not forming stable compounds in low oxidation state. Means why metals are not able to form a low oxidation state. That is also helps to understand with the help of Born-Haber cycles. Next, it also helps to explain the stability of various ionic compounds. For example, MgO is more stable though Mg2 plus and O2 minus ions are involved and which are formed endothermically. And last application is it is used to understanding the nature of bonding, whether the bonding is ionic, whether the bonding is covalent. All these are known with the help of Born-Haber cycle. So these are the 5 applications that you have to remember. Okay, now let's start some important numericals which mostly ask in examination on the equation of Born-Haber cycles. So we will see some solved equations of which are given in our books. So that is what first. Calculate the lattice energy of sodium chloride crystals from the following data by use of Born-Haber cycles. We want to calculate the lattice energy of sodium chloride crystal. Okay, they have provided following important data. So first is heat of atomization of sodium, which is 108.7 kilojoule per mole. Second one is heat of atomization of chlorine, which is 120.9 kilojoule per mole. Third one is ionization potential of sodium, which is 493.7 kilojoule per mole. Next, electron affinity of chlorine, which is minus 365.3 kilojoule per mole, and heat of formation of sodium chloride, which is minus 410.9 kilojoule per mole. So these are the required data which is provided in the examples. Now, what is you have to understand here? In a Born-Haber cycles equation, we saw that heat of formation of sodium chloride according to Hess law, delta HF is equal to summation of all the enthalpy change which is taken place in that whole cycle that you have to write. So we have heat of formation of NaCl is equal to heat of sublimation of sodium plus heat of dissociation of chlorine plus heat of ionization potential of sodium plus electron affinity of chlorine plus lattice energy of NaCl. So we have to calculate lattice energy of NaCl. Right? Now once we have heat of formation of once we have all the terms values of required for this conversion, then we can easily calculate the lattice energy. We have heat of formation of NaCl, which is minus 410.9 kilojoule per mole. so which is equal to 108.8 plus heat of dissociation of chloride is 120.9 kilojoule per mole plus ionization potential of sodium is also given 493.7 kilojoule per moles. Then electron affinity of chlorine, it is always in negative, so minus 365.3 kilojoule per mole, and lattice energy of NaCl we have to calculate. So you just rearrange the equation, you will get what lattice energy of NaCl is equal to minus 410.9 kilojoule minus in bracket you have to do the summation of all the quantities. You will get the answer U is equal to minus 769 kilojoule per mole. That means formation of lattice energy which is released in the formation of NaCl molecule is minus 769 kilojoule per mole. So this is the answer of required problem. Next problem is calculate the lattice energy of sodium iodide from the following data. Same is here. Heat of formation of NaI is equal to minus 287.6 kilojoule per mole. Heat of sublimation of sodium is Na sodium solid gives Na gaseous. Delta Hs is 108.7 kilojoule per mole. Then heat of ionization of sodium is, or ionization potential of sodium is Na gas gives Na plus gas plus electron. Delta Hi is equal to 493.8 kilojoule per mole. Then dissociation of I2 to I gas, which is half of delta Hd, 106.6 kilojoule per mole. And then last, that is electron affinity of iodine I plus E minus gives I minus is equal to delta He is equal to minus 305.9 kilojoule per mole. So we have the all required data and we want to calculate the lattice energy by putting again same by using same equation. You just put all this there. Delta HF is equal to delta HS plus delta HI plus 1/2 delta HD plus delta EHE plus U. Then you can easily get the lattice energy of sodium iodide, which is minus 690.8 kilojoule per mole. So next example is find the electron affinity of iodine with the help of following data. Again they have given all data for heat of formation of sodium iodide, heat of sublimation of sodium, heat of dissociation of iodine, ionization energy of sodium, and lattice energy. All they have provided. We want to calculate the electron affinity. So you just put all these things there, then you will get what electron affinity of iodine is equal to minus 287.9 minus 108.4 plus 106.7 plus 495.4 minus 692. So electron affinity is equal to minus 306.4 kilojoule per mole. This is how we can calculate the any quantity or any term which is given in the Born-Haber cycles equations if you know the values of other quantities. Now here we finish this topic, that is the non-directional bonding. Now we want to see here what are the important questions which are given mostly on the topic. So first one is what is chemical bonding, explain the mechanism formation of ionic bond. We saw that. What is non-directional bonding, how it is important, what are the conditions required for ionic bond. So all they have given. Now we already discussed each and every concept, so these are the important questions you have to keep in mind. Also some short questions they have asked and some short notes are also given, so you just overlook on that particular point. Okay, and if you have any doubt please ask while calling to me. So in next video lecture we will start some part of physical chemistry, that is the chemical thermodynamics. Okay, so we'll stop here. Thank you.